Hi everybody, it is Tuesday afternoon and it looks like it's finally official, although it doesn't really come as any surprise. And what I mean by that is it has been announced today that there will be no school for the rest of this school year in Ontario. So we probably saw that coming, but it is confirmed today. So we will anticipate school starting again in September. Now, speaking of school, I have two kids of my own who are here at home with us. So we're doing what we can to do some home learning with them. And the schools are very helpful in facilitating some activities. But what I wanted to talk about is actually something that happens a little bit later in the day when I'm putting my kids to bed. And that is that when I'm putting my older son to bed, for the past number of weeks, he's always asked me at night for a story. We read a couple of books before bed, but then as he's going to bed, he wants a story from my own life, which is neat. It's cool to share with him and tell him stories from my own memories, but I started running out of stories, and I'm sure you can agree it's hard to just pull out a story without any particular context. I mean, things we come across remind us of things that happen, but if somebody just says, tell me a story, it might be hard to think of something, especially night after night. So what I did was I came downstairs here, and from this bookshelf behind me, I picked up this book here, which is The Chronicles of Narnia, and I started reading to him The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now, he just turned 6, so he was kind of at an age where I was not sure how much he would be interested or how much he would follow along, but it's going pretty well. And it's been fun for me as well to be rereading the C.S. Lewis Narnia books. And there's something that came up in one of the chapters that I thought, I mean, there's a lot of things that C.S. Lewis writes in this book that I think are just so clever because the older I get and the more I've learned, the more I kind of see what he's doing here. And one case in particular happens when I have to give a little bit of context, just in case you don't know anything about The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. There's these 4 siblings, Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. The youngest one, Lucy, has traveled through this wardrobe into, let's just say, a magical other world called Narnia. And her 2 oldest siblings, Peter and Susan, are convinced that, or at least concerned, that maybe Lucy is starting to lose her mind a bit, because she's telling all these stories about Narnia, which she's traveled to, and they have not. So they're a little bit concerned. Is she telling us lies? Or is this maybe a little bit worse? Maybe she's actually going crazy. So they go and talk to the adult in the house that they're staying in, who is referred to as the professor. And they're saying, our youngest sister seems to be telling us lies. We're kind of concerned about her. And he raises the possibility that, hey, maybe Lucy is actually telling the truth. And I just want to read these couple sentences from the page here. This is the professor talking. He says, either your sister is telling lies, or she is mad, meaning crazy, or she's telling you the truth. These are the 3 possibilities. Either she's telling lies, or she's crazy, or she's telling you the truth. You know she doesn't tell lies. Lucy's a very truthful person. And it's obvious that she's not mad. She's not showing any signs of craziness. For the moment then, and unless any further evidence turns up, we must assume that she is telling the truth. So C.S. Lewis has put on the mouth of the professor in this story something that C.S. Lewis himself is very famous for proposing in his book, Mere Christianity. And that is that when we look at the words of Jesus and read the words of Jesus in the Bible, we have a few options. Either Jesus is lying, or he is a lunatic, he's crazy, or he is Lord. He's liar, lunatic, or Lord. So Lord would be he is who he says he is. So C.S. Lewis says this in order to undercut what a lot of people like to say about Jesus, which is to say Jesus was a very good moral teacher. Lewis says you can't have that possibility if you look at the things that Jesus actually says. If somebody says something like, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. That was our scripture text a couple weeks ago in church. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. That person, you would wonder if that person was mentally sound. Or you would think that person is just lying. Or the other possibility is that that person is actually telling the truth. And so C.S. Lewis invites us to look at those three possibilities and to make a decision based on the Jesus Christ that we find in the Bible. Now, this whole area of, let's say, study or investigation about looking for good reasons to defend your faith, good reasons to explain Christianity against certain criticisms, is an area that's called apologetics. Apologetics basically means defending your faith. And if you're interested in apologetics, I would encourage you to check out some of the Right Now Media content. There are some very good teachers on there. J. Warner Wallace, who is a forensics criminal investigator, who set out to disprove the resurrection accounts in the Bible. And the deeper he got, he brought his criminal investigation skills to the task. The deeper he got, the more he became convinced. One of the most well-known apologetics teachers is a gentleman named William Lane Craig. And today, actually, I just heard news that one of the other, maybe the most well-known teacher of apologetics, whose name is Ravi Zacharias, has passed away. I think he was about 74, 75 years old. And he also has some content on Right Now Media. So I would encourage you, if that's the kind of thing that interests you, reasons for your faith, ways to defend your faith, kind of bolstering up your confidence in your faith, maybe check out some of those titles, whether on Right Now Media or even just on YouTube. Put some of those gentlemen's names in. But aside from all that, rereading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe has been a treasure trove of clever insight, and C.S. Lewis is just a master. So with that being said, that's about all I wanted to say this week. But keep reading, keep studying, and I think the next couple days are supposed to be beautiful weather, at least where we are here in Ontario. So get outside, get some sunshine, get some exercise. It will do your body good. It will do your mind good. We'll see you again soon.